Greetings everyone, welcome aboard. My name is Joseph James, schooloftrade.com. Here's your live trading recap, September 28th, 2010. Almost through the month of September, guys. We got 2 more full days of trading left. We've had a great month. Before we talk about the trades we took today, though, I want to remind you guys about a couple key components on the blog right now. On the blog, don't forget, use the search box. The search box will show you guys where to go on the blog. Don't forget, we also have the live trade room resources, right? Trade room resources, that's the section on the blog you want to be looking at. The Trade Room Resource is going to give you guys a lot of freebies, lots of great information you guys can use in our blog. Whether you have questions about different topics, you want to see videos, right, articles, live trade calls, guys, Trade Room Resources. And then don't forget, we also have webinars posted up top as well, guys. Grab a copy of the webinars. If you guys missed a couple of the webinars, they're there as well. But as you guys can see here, though, live support. We've got our YouTube, our Facebook, our Twitter, and don't forget you guys can also register as a follower of the blog. And when you guys follow the blog, you're going to get every new update we put up there, guys, in real time. So whenever we call a live trade call, you're going to know about it in your email box right when it's added in real time. All right, let's keep moving today. Let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 7 total trades. We started off on crude. We then moved to the gold, the euro, and then finally finished up buying the lows on the Russell today. 189 ticks, over 1,900 bucks, guys. That's 2 times this week now, right? Over 180 ticks here. We did 2,000 bucks yesterday, 1,900 today. That brings our weekly total to 3,976. Monthly total over 14,000 now, and we're just shy of 147,000, guys, for the year so far of 2010. So it's been a great week. Been a great month of September. As you can see, guys, we only traded half the month so far, and we've got almost 15,000 bucks in our pocket for profit, guys, on only 4 contracts. And you can see here, we're not over trading. We're not trading outside of our rules, guys. Everything is done in a very mechanical approach. And guys, don't forget, we got members training tomorrow. Our members training every week. This week on Wednesday at 11:30, we're going to pretty much answer every question our members have, setting up our charts, learning the fast track, right? Entries, exits, trade management, everything you guys can need tomorrow at 11:30. So make sure you guys are here for that. Right, 189 ticks today, guys. 7 total trades. But what's the most important that happened today, right? What's the most important thing? Well, we had lots of news, right? We had 8:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30. We had 11 o'clock auction today. So we had a lot of stuff going on, right? A lot to work with. Now, when we opened up our charts, the dollar was flat, but that soon changed, right? At about 9:45 this morning, dollar broke out. When the dollar broke, everything went loose. Of course, we bought the lows on crude, we bought the lows on the euro, and we saw a great 10:30 reversal today on the Russell, right? The 10:30 reversal, can you guess what time it sets up at? Around 10:30. So buy the lows on crude and the euro. When the dollar began to drop, right, everything else began to rise, and so that's where we got our opportunities on crude and the euro. And then the Russell was a perfect timing because the dollar was dropping at about 10 o'clock, 10:15, 10:30. We had the reversal position at the lows in the Russell. We bought the lows in the Russell for the reversal. It was a picture-perfect trade. We made almost 600 bucks on that 10:30 reversal today on the Russell. So make sure you guys watch towards the end of the video today because that was the last trade we took today. All right, let's see what happened today on the dollar. Now, here's my dollar. We always get the day started off the right way in the dollar. The dollar tells us what to expect. Now, on the left side here, right, this is the chart as it looked like when we were setting things up today. Right? Dollar going sideways here. Right? Sideways dollar, that was going to mean sideways everything else. So here at about, 8:15, 8:30, 8:20, we have a sideways dollar. Now you'll notice what I did is I put a price alert here at 79,700. A price alert at 79,460, and again, this price alert, what it did is it alerted me to when the price broke out. Now, this is available for download in our advanced course. All right, the indicator, the price alert indicator, is in the advanced course download. It's in the download section or indicators. So grab a copy of the advanced course, check out the price alert indicator. That's going to give you a heads up, like it did over here. Right now, of course, at 10:15, what do we see? 10:15 here. Price breaks below 79,460, right? Triggers my alert. That tells me now dollar's dropping. We should be what? We should be looking for everything else to begin to rise now with that negative correlation. Okay, so negative correlation, dollar drops. But remember, everybody, just the simple fact that dollar's breaking those lows, that's really the biggest piece of this puzzle. Okay, if the dollar keeps dropping for me, that's wonderful. But the fact the dollar is testing the lows, that's going to get everything else moving for us, and that's usually half the battle, right? If the dollar tests the lows or tests the highs, just get me moving in that direction. That's usually what's going to spark the rest of these markets to start moving here, guys. And with the dollar dropping, we were looking long on a number of trades this morning, one of which was the crude. Now the crude oil, we did 3 winners here back to back to back to open our day up on crude. It was a great first couple hours of the day here. Here's what we saw in crude this morning. Here's what it looked like. Now, first of all, here's my 34 range chart. Right, 34 range chart. This is great for swing traders, right? Longer term position traders or longer term day traders. But the 34 range chart, really the main goal here is to get the big picture, right? Find the big picture. And in the big picture, we noticed right away here, we had 2 sideways ranges. We had one sideways range up top of the highs, and then we had another sideways range, right? That was right about here. Now, we spent most of our time focused on this sideways range, all right, the bottom of the 2. Nope, it was actually this one, right? 53s up to 76s. Okay, so we spent most of our time here looking to buy the 53s and sell, right, these 76s, all right, inside of this sideways range, right there. So we noticed right away on the crude, we have a sideways range. This sideways range, right, most specifically here is defined right here. We then, of course, got a little bit closer here, zoomed in, and we use the sideways range here. All right, guys, now it doesn't matter which range we use here. This, of course, showed us pretty quickly here, sideways range. I'm going to buy the lows at 53s. I'm going to sell the highs at 76s. If we break above 76s, I'll buy above 76.07, and I'll sell the highs at 57. If we break above 57, I'll be a buyer above there. All right, guys, so that was pretty much how we identified this market. We're going to buy these lows at 53s. We're going to sell the highs at 76s. If we continue to rise, okay, don't be afraid to sell those highs at 57s, right? Sell those 57s. If we break above 57s, we're going to be a buyer, all right? And then, of course, as we move up, we'll keep doing the same thing. All right, so buy the lows, sell the highs here on crude, and that's exactly what we did here, guys. Now notice, this is my slower time frame. Let's now fast forward now to a faster time frame. Here's that sideways range we're talking about. Right, there's that sideways range we're talking about right there. Okay, so here's my sideways range, right? We're going to buy the lows, sell the highs.